Good morning from Cedar Lake, Indiana.
We have a gorgeous day going on here so far. We are sitting at one of several fire pits here on the campus.
Of Cedar Lake Ministries.
Of Cedar Lake Ministries, yes. This one happens to sit next to the lake. And we've been here before. We did a video a year ago of the whole campground here and the RV park where we're staying. So today we are going to show you a cute town that's nearby. It's a little town. I wouldn't call it a small town, but we're going to show you. We're not going to tell you what it is just yet, but we're going to show you around. It's really a fun little town. But anyway.
Okay, let's take a look at this.
Oh, Eddie's off.
Okay,
He broke it.
Here, take this.
So guess who saw a squirrel, yanked, broke his leash. So now instead of walking the dog, I'm going to carry the dog back to camp. Here we go. So we are across the other side of the lake in Cedar Lake, Indiana, right across from the Cedar Lake Ministries where we camp. And this is an old...
So it's an old hotel.
Right.
I think one of the things that's interesting is this hotel actually used to be on the other side of the lake.
Right.
And back in the 1930s or something like that, when the lake was froze over, they drug this thing on the other side. But it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and it's a lot like, well, it has a big porch we'll show you, and there's rocking chairs. But we're looking right out at the lake. Ed went through this museum yesterday,
yeah.
So we'll put a few pictures up.
It was closed today, and Nancy wasn't with me yesterday,
yeah.
But I have some video on the inside. I'll show you.
Yeah.
This is a room that's dedicated to the ice production here. So there was a pretty large factory here. The Shed family had a place here and they owned all the ice production on the lake here. They also, are part of the Shed Aquarium in Chicago. There's also a Armor meat factory here that was quite large. Providing beef to Chicago and things like that. And and it was here because of the ice, the availability of the ice, because they didn't have refrigeration back then. These are actually literal hotel rooms. This was actually a honeymoon suite. You can see it in the 1920s, and they were telling us these stones here that are on, that you see, they would heat these up in a stove and put these under the bed to make the bed warm. We're still here on the grounds of the Cedar Lake Historic Society. One of the things that's here is they have a old barber shop that was actually here on the lake. It was moved to this location, But this guy operated a barbershop here for years. I think it's interesting. It says haircuts 25 cents. Really interesting story. A guy told me that when back in the 70s, he had long hair and he came in here to get a haircut, and the guy refused to cut his hair because he was a long-haired hippie. It was got a good chuckle out of that. That was pretty funny. Let me take you inside and show you what it looks like inside. Right here in Lakeside at Cedar Lake, Indiana, is the Dairy Bell. We stopped in here to get a little hot dog. They say they're Chicago dogs. We'll see what we think.
Yep, here we go. Cheers.
Here.
On the town square in Crown Point, Indiana, and we are standing in front of the old courthouse here for Lake County, and this is no longer their courthouse. They've relocated it, but the town came together a few years ago and rescued it from being torn down. Actually, in the basement are some shops, and then upstairs are banquet rooms. You can have weddings and receptions and parties, and it's just a beautiful building. If you're in the area, definitely go visit the shops, and they have really clean bathrooms. That's important. And there's a restaurant down there too, so
the
it's
town
pretty cool.
has done just a wonderful job of restoring this old place. So we're still having a good time walking around the square here in Crown Point, Indiana.
Carnegie Library. There's a sign in the yard that says office space for rent. Not sure, I'm supposing it's not a library anymore. However, this was built in 1908, and it is gorgeous, and I love the way they're all different.
We've just finished our walkabout here in Crown Point. Very beautiful, a lot of historic buildings. Only problem is we are here on Labor Day.
Right.
And Crown Point is a big labor town, so everything's closed.
Yeah, we were here on Saturday, and there's antique stores and thrift shops. So we did all of the shopping and stuff that we wanted to do, but today we just wanted to show you what this little town was all about. So there's lots of antique stores, thrift shops, consignment shops. It's a fun little getaway town.
But not on Labor Day.
No, everything's closed. Even the ice cream. I think there's a couple little restaurants open, but not very many on the square.
So let's move on down the road.
So we were driving down Highway 41 on our way home. We came across Snyder, Indiana, pulled off. Look what we found.
Look at this old abandoned grain elevator.
It's
on the old alignment of 41.
Right.
So we thought we'd pull over here and take a look at this. I guess back in the day, this was really the place, but certainly nothing around today. Let's look around.
What a way to end a weekend. We are in middle of a cornfield, a soybean field, and windmills all around us.
We're driving down 41, old 41, and we're just coming about to the end of our road trip, and here we are at a big wind farm. It's been really cool. I've never been this close to a windmill. So we're gonna walk up there and see what it's like. And
life in Indiana is what this is all about.
So we're gonna wrap this video up right now. It's time to walk the dog
Here we go.
up by this windmill.